Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. Happy New Year to all the people that also on the 1st of January are tuning in live together with me. We're just waiting a few seconds and then we can also say happy birthday. We can say because it's midnight here in Belgium. That means that 3 years ago, exactly 3 years ago, because it was the 2nd of January, in the middle of the night, we launched the first ever video and we officially opened the channel. So happy birthday, no, happy birthday, happy new year to all of you and happy birthday to the channel. 3 years already. Fantastic. That's a really beautiful way to start the live, to speak about the projects of the channel, the ambitions of the channel, and so on and so on. We can do that in a further moment. What I want to do together with you today, because it's the 1st of January, 1st or 2nd, depend where you are located in the world, is going back in 2022 from January on until December to go through the big moments of Juventus, good and bad. I already saw some people said the best one is Pogba, the worst one is also Pogba. Will not go that much into individualities in the video, but I really wanted to go through again the marking moments of a 2022, and maybe we can finish also with our wishes for ourselves maybe, but also especially for Juventus in 2023. So let me say hello to the people that we have in the chat. The first one was L1G that is there together with us. Ziad as well. Let's say I can't wait to see the boys back on the field, because according to Ziad, he believes that Juventus can surprise a lot of people. Well, speaking about surprises, today we already had some surprises with the first one. Attenzione, because Ihataren is again in Torino. Ihataren is again in Torino, waiting of course for a new destination. He will not remain at Juventus, but Ihataren is at Juventus, is in Torino. Anyway, we continue. Yeah, speaking about surprises, we already started with a shocking one because Paris Saint-Germain lost 3-1 versus Lens. That was second. They have now 4 points of difference. You had Tottenham of Antonio Conte that lost 2-0 versus Aston Villa.
If you want the truth, I tell you the truth.
If you want the truth, I tell you the truth. If you want the truth, I tell you the truth. This is the meme that I will use a lot of time on this channel, guys. When you want the truth, I will tell you the truth with an accent in Italian. Then yeah, there were also other surprises like the team of the Magic De Zerbi that lost, I believe, today, whatever, or when was it? I don't know. But anyway, a lot of surprises. Also, Nottingham was able to do 1-1 versus Chelsea. So why not some surprises also for Juventus? Ciao Acid. Happy New Year to Hasib. I hope you had a wonderful day. Well, I worked a lot on that top GIF video that I wanted to do for celebrating 3 years on the channel. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's a total flop because people, they are doing other things. So it's a total flop. It's one of the videos, you know, these kind of videos that are taking so long in terms of looking for the ones, making a story about it, editing, putting it on, and nobody's watching. But it's normal. It's totally normal on the 1st of January that you have other things to do than watching it. Of course, you see, we don't have a lot of people. Dudu and Cody Gakpo are there. Ciao, Cody Gakpo. Look, we have Cody Gakpo and we also have Mikel Arteta. Guys, we have Arsenal on the channel. We have Liverpool, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm waiting for Taha from Barcelona, and then we have everyone complete. Maybe Rahul, Uncle Sharma will join later, and then we have more other people that are not supporting Juve than Juve supporter themselves. Ciao Stavros, happy new year to the Rocky, grande Rocky. Thank you. That is appreciating the work. Ciao Sasha, that today watched the top gifts, and she made a really fantastic comment. She said there is more McKennie gifts in the video than him presence on the field. Anyway, it was the one that really made me laugh a lot. Ciao Yash, grande Yash. He's back, our friend Yash. Also Pavel and Thomas Makluf. Ciao Hassan, Styler Z, Ali, Elio, Marik. Again, Hassan is saying happy birthday to the channel too. I'm glad you are making amazing videos. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you for you and your time. Thank you to Jonathan Murray, an old one from the channel. He's there since really long time also. MMA, Gianluca, aiuto, buon anno e happy birthday to the channel. Thank you. I watch it. I know you watch it. Watched it twice for you. Mamma mia, Calle. Happy New Year's, Beppe. Let me know, guys, if I have to do other videos like that or if it's a waste of time. I would be really curious to know that because, of course, hey guys, if I have to spend time in videos that you don't like, then it makes totally no sense. Of course, I'm doing things that I like to do as well, where I love it. But if nobody's interested in, then I make it and I put them in private mode or only for members, and then we are fine like that. Ciao to Marco Goldnick, because Marco Goldnick said, Beppe, you know what? The best thing in January was the signing of Bremer, and I want to show you my support with extending my membership for 11 months. Thank you to Marco Goldnick. Extending the first renewal of 2023 is for Marco. He was the fastest one. Grande Marco, thank you. Really, really appreciate it. Ciao Jakska. Ciao Dino. Dino, Beppe, what do you think will be our 11 versus Cremonese? And can we do a prediction? Mamma mia, you are going immediately into the future. While today's video, I wanted to speak about the past. Ciao Ricky. Grande Ricky. Kane, ciao Beppe, let's hope we get 3 points against the small team so that we can improve our mentality and win. Well, if you want a few words, because people are asking about the future, the near future, because we are speaking about Wednesday, we are already Sunday night, so that means that we have 3 days, and then we play versus Cremonese. And after Cremonese, we will play versus Udinese, so if we want to go towards Cremonese, look, guys, 9 or 10 of the team is already made. 9 or 10 of the team is already made. We know it. Szczesny or Perin in the goal, depending on the neck problem of Szczesny. If he's fit, he will be there. Otherwise, it will be Perin. Is that a big problem for us? It's not. It's not a problem for us. So that's the goalkeeper. Depending on the condition of Szczesny, it's not that huge of a problem. But it can potentially be annoying for him. Less for us because Perin is ready to play. Then you have 3-man defense because we will continue to play that 3-5-2 that we used in all the friendlies and also in the last remaining games of 2022. The official ones, Lazio with a 3 beautiful 3-0. With a brace of Moiskin. Well, in defense we play with the 3 Brazilian ones. There is maybe a surprise that I anticipated immediately when I knew that Quadrado would not be there versus Cremonese, is that we have one big question mark. Ping. The question mark is, what about the right side of the field in that 3-5-2? Because on the left you can count on Kostic. Up front you can count on Milik and Moiskin. In the middle you have Locatelli, Fagioli, with Miretti and McKennie that are fighting for one spot. So we are there, guys. We are there with 10 of the team. So who will play on the right side? Well, there are a few options. The tests that has been done are Barbieri versus Arsenal, Soule versus Rijeka, and Ake versus Standard Liège. None of the 3, they convinced Max Allegri. None of the 3. So we stop with this test. Could be that really Ake plays, but I highly doubt it. So what are the other options on the right side without Quadrado, without De Sciglio? The first one is or McKennie that moves to the right, a role that it's not his best role, but he already did it in the past, with Miretti, Fagioli, Locatelli in the middle. Don't forget about Rabiot. Rabiot is la variante crazy. Could be that you play with Rabiot, Fagioli, Locatelli, and McKennie on the right. That's one solution. The other solution that can surprise everyone, and I'm repeating since already a few days, is Danilo. You could potentially play Danilo to the right side of the field, at least to begin the game with. Danilo on the right, and then in the defense you have Alexandro, Bremer, and Gatti. These 3. Gatti, Bremer, and Alexandro in defense, Danilo on the right side, okay? That will be a right winger that will not go up that much. But why am I saying that? Because when I was watching Standard Liège, I already saw Danilo a few times in the first 45 minutes going up. So Danilo could be the surprise. If not Danilo, then you play with Rabiot in the middle of the field, and McKennie could be on the right. This is actually what I believe that can happen. Pay attention to the surprise Danilo. Surprise. for a lot of people. If it happens, not a surprise for the 79 people that are here together with me. Let me say thank you to Stavros and Arif, and then we will go back to the possible players or the players that are not there versus Cremonese, why and when they will come back, and then let me please go towards the topic of today, means retro backstage about 2022. I repeat, I'm doing it while I'm celebrating the 3 years on the channel, and it's really strange. It's really strange to do it. Stavros, 11 months on the channel. Thank you for the renewal. Happy New Year, everyone. You are the best, Beppe. No, Stavros, you are the best for all the amount of time that you're spending here on the channel. And I want to put the same comment and put it to Arif Zuzzo, that is actually renewing for 14 months on the channel, with 2023 will not be a trophy last year. So he's believing that we will win a trophy. Which one? We don't know. But mark the words of Arif. He's the first one to say it here on the channel in 2023. Happy New Year. Thank you to Arif, thank you to Stavros for renewing, and it means really a lot. Like Punsara, they saying Ciao Beppe, happy birthday. It's not mine, but the one of the channel, so it's also your birthday, guys, that you are watching the channel. Kane, Beppe, do you think Vlahovic will hit his potential future under Allegri's tactics? Yes, I have no problem with the tactics of Allegri. I believe that is something that has been made up in the moment of the Allegri out. Now, it's true that we have a team that is not easily finding the net because of physical problem of Vlahovic on top, because he is the number one striker, because of Milik that lost himself a bit between the end of the season. He also had a small injury, and since that moment we never saw the Milik that started without being a problem, attenzione, but I didn't see him that nice, that good in the friendlies, the 2 times 45 minutes that he played. And then between a Moiskin that is yes, better than what we were watching and seeing in the beginning of the season, especially all last season, but still not the best striker. But for one reason and the other reason, it's true that we have some difficulties to score, and this is something that we have to do. Like, for example, Miretti, that every time that he's going on target, or he hits the post, or he's taking the bad decision, you know, a lot of things has to be better there. I have no problem with Vlahovic becoming the top player that we saw, because if you are looking at the stats of Vlahovic, they are absolutely not bad. But we don't know about the growing pain. So this is about Vlahovic. Speaking about Vlahovic, guys, and speaking about the players that are not there, Vlahovic is not there, still having that growing pain, and this is actually the big question mark for the future games, because growing pain, again, it's not something that you take medication or you're going, it's annoying, it's there, and sometimes with a small effort, a small extra effort, it come back. Sometimes it's not coming back, so we don't know when it will come back. He's the big question mark. For the other ones, we can give a thumbs up, or we can speak about what we know already. Rabiot, I already told you, arrives on the 29th of January. He trained on the 30th. 31, they were free, they were off today, they were already on the field, with a fantastic picture of Adrien Rabiot, by the way, on social media of Juventus. So he will be there, and probably he will also play versus Cremonese. Second half or first half could be that he plays in the first one. Pogba, we know that he will miss Cremonese, Udinese. Napoli on the bench is a big question mark. More possibilities to have him in the first game of Coppa Italia on the bench versus Monza. What about Paredes and Di Maria? Well, these guys, we spoke about it. I made a video about it. I'm not happy. If you know the situation, if you are a bit aware, you know that Juventus can't be blamed about the situation, Paredes and Di Maria. Why am I saying that Juventus can't be blamed about these two players? Because you have contracts, guys. You have contracts, and you have some things that you have to respect towards FIFA, National Team of Argentina, UEFA, Serie A, and so on and so on. That means that they have legal amount of day of holiday after an international tournament, and the same days were allowed also to Adrien Rabiot, that made the effort to come back on the 29th. These two players, they decided otherwise. They decided to use until the end their holidays. That means that they will come back tomorrow in La Continassa. To forget normally about Di Maria and Paredes being there versus Cremonese, which would absolutely not even be correct with all our Juve players that are training to be fit for that game of Cremonese, and then you have two Argentinian players that are coming last minute. So it's a pity. It's a pity because I told it, guys. At the end, I will hope and pray and wish that these two Argentinian players are giving their best for Juve, and I hope that they will succeed until the end of the year. Of course, if you are speaking about heart, if you are speaking about emotions, these two players, if I see that our team has some injuries, if we see that our team is 10 points behind Napoli, well, these guys are not entering my heart immediately. They don't go on the back of my shirt because it's totally legal and their right to use their holiday until the end. Messi is doing the same. McAllister is doing the same. His team lost, by the way. It was yesterday, not today. Bournemouth, they lost 2-0 versus Crystal Palace. Other players, they decided to come back. Romero, for example, at Tottenham, even if it didn't help a lot. Il Thomas is saying fino alla fine delle vacanze. Fino alla fine of the holidays, indeed. De Sciglio is a mysterious guy. The guy is absent since I don't remember. Looks like De Sciglio is not part of the team. Unfortunately for him, but for sure he will not be there versus Cremonese and Udinese. Then we have three more. Quadrado will not be there because he's feeling a bit better. The knee is already feeling better, but he can't force at the moment, so he will miss Cremonese. Udinese is at risk. What about Chiesa? Well, that's the only beautiful surprise together with Rabiot. Chiesa will be there. He will not start the game, except of a big surprise troll of Allegri that was actually taking him and hiding him, but I don't believe that's a strategy that Allegri would have used for Cremonese game. If it was beginning immediately versus Napoli, why not? But if it's versus Cremonese, I don't know. Bonucci, he will not be there in the next two games. He's hoping for Napoli, but not even sure. We spoke about all of them. Mamma mia, 17, 18 minutes, and we didn't even start speaking about the past. We spoke already about Ake. Ake, his test was not 100% good. Then maybe he will play, because there are no other solution, but that's true. How are you? I miss your sports. Forza Juve. How do you miss my sports? Mamadou, every day I'm here. How are you missing my sports? Punzara, wait, Beppe, really? 2 or 3 years? 2 or 3 years? The channel, 3 years. Now, 3 years. 3 years on the channel. Si, mon ami. 2020, 2021 was 1 year. 2022 was 2 years. Today we are in 2023. And on the 2nd of January, the first video. So it's 3 years. Beppe, I think that 2023 will be better than 2022, but Wuhan virus is back. But let's pay attention. Ciao, Bob. Hope the curva comes. The freedom and gets the freedom and return. Well, the freedom. Limited freedom, Bob. Why limited? Because if it's again to go back in the past that they are selling tickets in black and taking money out of the club, no. If it's to come back and to support and to sing, yes. So freedom limited, that's my opinion. My big friend Aman, without him, 2022 would not have been the same for the channel because he did so fantastic, beautiful things. You see it here. The beautiful frame has been done for him, from him. These ones, for example, also the new ones for the watch-alongs, that today there is no watch-along, but everything has been prepared, working together. By the way, not only the frames, but also the background here has been with the idea of our friend Aman. So thank you. Some emotes that you can put on for the people that are members are also a lot of them done by Aman. So Aman, thank you, my buddy. And 14 months for him. Let's go 2023 with the stocks super high. Oh, okay, my buddies. Can we go back now to 2022? Vlahovic need to stop growing. Then he will have no pains anymore. Could be. Good thing that we have the next gen so that we can pull off some of the bench. Our first team players can't play 90 minutes and everyone else is injured. Well, that's the big problem that, again, I told you really honestly. That's my opinion. Like Antonio Conte said a bit earlier today.
If you want the truth, I tell you the truth.
If you want the truth, I tell you the truth. The truth is that the physical condition of the starters were a bit worrying me. Then, I have good news. Well, good news until Wednesday, because then we will have to have the proofs of what I'm telling you. The good news is apparently the first team players, they were dead. Dead because of the fact that they worked really, really, really hard in the last days. And that's a good thing, because at least we know that they were working hard in La Continassa. It's not that they came back enjoying. Today we saw some beautiful video of them enjoying some foot tennis. It was fantastically nice. But no, they worked really hard, and that's apparently why they were the first team. They were dead in the first half. They were totally dead, and they had no more than 20 minutes of autonomy. But hopefully they can show that it was because of work, and that work is going out of the legs towards Cremonese. So the good news is that, hey guys.
If you want the truth, I tell you the truth.
That's as easy as that. Sam Mikelev, 6 months on the channel. Is the history of the Tottenham? Well, today is the history of the Tottenham was in the top gifts. So if you didn't watch it yet, do it. Thank you for 6 months, Sam Mikelev. Let's go back now. It's time. It's time. Like Pogba would say, well, it's time that he come back as well. But if we are speaking about 2022, if you are going towards the big work of Mo El Shahali, that yesterday at 20, it was 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Italian time, he translated a big article from Tuttosport, from Italian to English. And you know that if there is one that you can trust blindly about what he's saying, it's Mo El Shahali. Because Mo El Shahali, El Tactico, is someone that is going immediately to the source, is reading it, and is putting it. It's not like some other people that wants to rush. They go fast, they translate from something translated, and then some words are going away. You know, today I was reading, for example, it's 100% that Paredes and Di Maria will leave at the end of the year. Sky Sport, no, I was listening to Sky Sport in Italian. They were saying there is the possibility that they leave. Between the possibility that they leave, and probably there is big chances, but between the possibility that they leave and they will leave, attenzione. No, because then people will say, but the club, they said, they promised us that they will leave and they are still there. No, the club, they never said that. First of all, it was Sky Sport Italia, and they said there is the big possibility, high chances, difference. Anyway, so Mo El Shahali, big work. How did we start? January 2022. We go back 1 year ago. We started with the big injury to Federico Chiesa. We start immediately with disaster news. Federico Chiesa on the 10th of January, so only 10 days into the new year, big injury for Federico Chiesa in Roma Juve, and this is already a disaster moment. We will not change any formation versus Cremonese. Will not happen. Kale, I remember once under the summer 2 years ago, my neighbor in Sweden told me about a Juventino channel that he liked a lot, and I have been hooked ever since. Grande Kale. Kale from Sweden. Dragon XYZ Beppe UFC news reported that Pogba doesn't feel pain anymore whilst running. Good. Yeah, but we know it is not new. Not something new. It's something that we already know since a few days. I believe I said it on the channel already. Anyway, no, he's running. He's running. He's not skiing, but he's running. Kiran, here is Pogba news. Guys, you don't want to go through the 2022 year. Let's go. Chiesa, and comment please. Comment about Federico Chiesa. That was the first bad news. Then 2 days later, we play versus Inter. Supercoppa, and we lose it. So in 2 days, we have big injury of Chiesa that is not even able to play because big injury. Chiesa, that is 1 year later, maybe will start playing again. Then you have the Supercoppa loss, and we all remember what disaster game it was. If we have to speak about referees, if we have to speak about manipulation of the game, guys. That was a real disgusting game. Do you remember that game? That was a disaster. Anyway, then you go 5 days later. On the 17th, Bonucci and Bonanza, they receive an award, the Best Football FIFA Award 2021, mainly for Bonucci. Because we forget about a lot of Bonucci. Yeah? We are disrespecting Bonucci a lot, but 1 year ago, in January, he received the Best Player Awards. Why? Probably because of what he did with the Euro, because at the Euro 2021 with Italy, he was majestic, he was fantastic. By the way, I was watching, I tell you, I recommend you, if you have a bit of money aside and you can spend it, I really recommend this, guys. This is fantastic. Fantastic. I watched some VR videos, 360 VR videos on YouTube. I watched the penalty session of Italy-England, and then you see the celebrations that are just fantastic with all the players that are coming on you. I saw Locatelli was here next to me. Well, Oculus 2, yes, Oculus 2. It was fantastic, fantastic. Really, really beautiful if you have the opportunity to watch it. And then I also watched, of course, Juventus versus Atletico Madrid with Cristiano Ronaldo hat-trick. That was beautiful. No, it's really nice. Really, really nice. 28th of January. What happened in the 28th of January? Dusan Vlahovic that came to Juventus. He signed to Juventus. It was also his birthday, 22 years old. He came. He was announced by Juventus officially. Well, Dusan Vlahovic, I know that there are a lot of questions, there are a lot of negativity, especially lately, because it's already a long time that we didn't see him. Then some people are complaining because we saw him at the World Cup, but the World Cup is really the image of the state of Vlahovic today. DV7, like Mikalev is saying, some DV7 that became DV9 a bit later, but some Mikalev about the number, by the way, it was really funny because I knew he took the number 7, and I remember a lot of people they were saying an account and even journalists, he took the number 28, he took the number 28. Of course, it was confidential, so I couldn't say it. But that was really a funny story, because you saw some people saying, "Hey, if Dusan Vlahovic will be announced today, you can win a shirt number 28." It was quite funny because I couldn't tell. That was really a funny moment, but a lot of negativities. The image of Dusan Vlahovic at the World Cup is actually the real situation of Dusan Vlahovic. What does that mean? A player that the first game he's starting on the bench, he enters a few minutes where he's doing bad. Second game, he's not even playing. The third game, he's playing from the start, he's scoring a goal. Ups and downs, this is growing pain. Super annoying, you never know when you have it. Bonne année! Bonne année to Marcello, mon ami. Meilleurs vœux, bonne santé, le meilleur pour toi. Cremonese versus Juve 0-2, and then Inter Napoli 0-0. Would be nice, especially because I was reading some titles. Inter Napoli, Il Festival del Gol, the Festival of the Goal. Would be nice if it's finishing in 0-0. Ciao Beppe, saludos desde Guatemala. Hola, amigo. ¿Qué tal? Roberto Gonzalez. So we finish the January with the 31st of January with Zakaria and Gatti joining, even if Gatti continue on loan in second division, best defender of second division, and we take the ownership of Zakaria and Dusan Vlahovic, new players of Juventus in Kulusevski, Bentancur, and Aaron Ramsey, leaving Aaron Ramsey on loan to Glasgow Rangers, if I'm not wrong, and he's doing also the missing penalty that gave the cup to the other one that won, Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt. They hate him. Glasgow, they hate him. Whatever. We go to February. I hope you have all these images in mind. In February, a bit less dates. February the 6th. What's happening on the 6th of February? Paulo Dybala becomes the first MVP of the year. Vlahovic and Zakaria, they score immediately in their first goal. Do you remember? 2-0 versus what team did Zakaria and Dusan Vlahovic score their first goal ever with Juve? I remember it was their first goal, their first game, sorry. They played immediately and they scored. Indeed, fantastic. Verona with a 2-0. And that was really beautiful because we were waiting for them. And the two of them, they arrived and they scored immediately. Juventus Verona on the 6th of February. Exactly. And there, what do I do? What is happening at that moment? I knew already about Zakaria because I was a bit following and interesting. And then with that goal, I said, you know what? When that shirt comes out, I put Zakaria on the back. Unfortunately for me, it didn't stay too long. Anyway, these are things that are happening. On the 27th, because in February not a lot of things happened, after 54 games in a row, undefeated streak of the women ended. So our Juventus women, 54 games without losing. After 54 games, that was huge. 28th of February, Dinozov turned 80. So you see in February, not a lot of things happened for us. Indeed. Verona, Cyril, Styler, Ab. I don't see them selling Chiesa next summer, but why would he leave Chiesa? No, guys, no. What about March? We go immediately in the third month of the year with, in March the 15th, Juventus under 19 that is beating Liverpool 2-0 to reach for the first time the Final Four in the Youth League. That was really impressive. The difference with the past, even if they also qualify this time for the next stage, so they were over the group stage. They will play versus Genk. They will play versus Genk in February. But last year, it was quite beautiful. The difference is that last year, they also added Miretti and Soule for the Youth League, which this year they don't do anymore. Legally, they can, because the players are still 19, but they don't do so. They are losing a lot of quality, but they are still continuing to do well and continue to qualify. March the 16th, one day later, Juventus lose in the round of 16, this time against Villarreal 3-0 at the Allianz Stadium. That was a disaster moment. I believe that if some Juventini, they were still celebrating and happy when there are some small teams extracted from the draw of Champions League, well, I think that's over, because after Lyon, after Ajax, after Porto, then you have Villarreal. Guys, at a certain moment, you stop. I think that we are praying this time and for next year, because now we are in Europa League, but we are praying that we have bigger teams, because versus small teams, it's a disaster. Even if Vlahovic a bit earlier, he scored his first goal in Champions League, he needed a few seconds, well, 3-0. And Juventus played quite well, huh? That's the worst. They started to play quite well until that penalty by Rugani, and then you have a 1-0 for Villarreal, and then Juventus, like versus Ajax, you can see the goal, and they totally disappeared. And then you receive 2 goals at the end of the game. Anyway, disaster Juventus, a game that we probably lost in Spain. We lost in Spain. Because we were winning 1-0, and then Juventus stopped playing after 46 minutes. And we should never have done that. Anyway, it is the past. Mentally destroyed. I remember. Mahmoud, I love the player and I know he loves Juve, but the problem is money. They needs money, and I'm afraid they sell Federico Chiesa, and DV9 will make them the money. No. Then everything can happen in life. But Chiesa is not, absolutely not, in the plans to sell him. He just come back. What about March? We finish on the 20th with Chiellini, that is equalizing for the first time. Scirea, important Juve player, 552 games played in Bianconero. We go to April, 4 months of the channel, 4 months of Juventus in 2022. What's happening in that 2020? 2 in April on the 3rd, Hart, Grinta, and 2 Woodworks. But Inter won at the stadium, despite Juve playing their best game. That was a really crazy game. Guys, I just want to stop for a second here on that one, because it was April the 3rd. Juventus that started as a disaster this season. Do you remember? Udinese, Empoli, Milan, Napoli, It was really a disaster. We played really, really bad. We were behind a lot of points and so on and so on. Then we started to do a crazy remontada in terms of how much was it? 11 games without losing, if I'm not wrong. And the other ones were starting losing points, like Inter, Milan, Napoli. They were all losing points, and Juventus, even if it was not 11 wins, there were some draws, some wins, some draws, but not losses. But we were there. And Inter, at that day, if we won, guys, I don't know if we would have won the Scudetto. Probably not. Probably not. But that was a real turning point, because if you beat Inter there, the confidence is... Allegri really believed in that game. He really believed, and Juventus played a fantastic game. A fantastic game versus Inter. Probably the best game of the season. Probably the best game of the season versus Inter. I'll saying, I remember Irrati. I still dream about him. Daylight robbery. The biggest robbery of the decade. It was disgusting. It was really disgusting, that game. The problem is that in my mind, I don't even remember which one is which one, because you have this one in April, but you have the Supercoppa as well. And they were really close to each other, where both of them were really, really disgusting. And it's true that from that moment on, Zakaria hitting the bar. It's true that from that moment on, Juventus gives up on Serie A. And the only target in their mind is to go and qualify to the top 4, something that we reached quite comfortably at a certain moment. But that game is a big turning point of the season for everyone. Mentally, this one hurted. Yeah, this one was heavy. Really, 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 really heavy. Lautaro, red card, and that game should have been shown. I watched highlights, Juve versus Inter 100 times, and I will watch it again. Makes me happy. Not this one then, the one of this year, then that's better. I don't remember Gazzetta dello Sport talking. No, they don't. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. What a disgusting game. Then we go to April the 15th, Quadrado that renews with Juve until 2023. Why? Because it was obliged. If he hit it so many games, then it was automatic 1 year of extension. That year is now. Apparently, there are rumors that Juventus presented him an offer for 2 years with lowering the salary, the same De Sciglio, Perin, and so on, but he refused. Or that are the rumors. He said publicly one day that they never talked about it, so that it's a fake rumor. But guys, we don't know. I believe it's the last year of Quadrado with Juve. The 26th of April, Italy named as Best Squad of the Year at the Laureo Sport Awards with the presence of Bonucci and Chiesa. Nice to be the best year of the year, but then in that same year, you're not going to the World Cup. A disaster for Italy. By the way, you know what? I'm criticizing Italy a lot. You know that, You know what I did? I went to the store and we changed the sponsor now. We have Adidas. I couldn't resist. I saw this beauty, guys. It's a beauty. I didn't even put it on. Yeah, I tried it on. Then let's hide the price. It's not fair. What do you think about that, guys? It's a beautiful, no? I criticize Italy a lot. You know it. La Nazionale. I love La Nazionale a lot, but I criticize them because they are annoying me. And I bought this one with what is written here? Campioni d'Europa, 11/7/2021. Hey, nice one. This one's really nice. I bought it yesterday. Fantastic. And then my son, he wanted this one. I bought it as a surprise. He didn't put it on either. He said, thank you, I'm happy, and then he didn't care. But that's the simple shirt with all the signatures of the players. It's a nice one as well. He liked it, that one. Anyway, it is what it is. Italy, disaster. What are you writing, guys? For me, the best game of last season was the 4-3 against Roma, win after 3 consecutive goals. Look, in terms of emotion, in terms of the remontada, in terms of the one that you are probably watching and re-watching on YouTube, of course, this one is fantastic because not only it's a 4-3 in remontada, but on top of that, the 4-4 was avoided by a penalty save of Szczesny, so it's a fantastic one. On the other hand, I remember being on the Juve Twitch channel, as I'm doing every single game, and I was doing a watch along on the Juve Twitch, and I remember, guys, but I promise you that it was at a certain moment 3-1, because we do, if I'm not wrong, 1-1 at half time. We go into the second half. And we concede immediately 2 goals. One of deflected with a free kick, and then I don't even remember. I promise you guys, this is really, really, really hard sometimes. At that moment, I didn't, at the end, people are complaining, are angry, and most of the time, I care. Of course I care. It's not that I don't care. I care, but it doesn't touch me personally. I know that people are not angry with me. They are just angry with the situation, with Juventus playing bad. And so it doesn't make me move. It doesn't put me out of my balance. I'm here. I'm doing my thing. And the comments are like that. It is what it is. But I promise you that day I was really suffering. First of all, for the performance, because Juventus played an awful performance. The Roma played an awful performance, a disgusting performance. It was really, really, really bad. And then there is that change, and in a way of playing, with Locatelli playing as a mezzala, but also a change of mentality with Juventus that suddenly, and I can't explain why, they said we can't lose that game. We have to do something. And you have that change. You have that change of mentality, and we go with a 4-3, and then everyone was happy. And also, this one proved one thing, guys, that a lot of people, they comment out of the moment. The moment is bad. The moment is bad. We insult, and it's really from one extreme to the other. But that's also football. This is passion, this is passion. So, anyway, some people are asking, Beppe, did I see a tattoo? Yeah, even before I started with the channel. I never hide it. So, that's the chat. I was just explaining it last time. So, that's the tattoo of Juve. Here, the logo. Some people said, hey, Beppe, but if Juventus will change logo, there is a lot of space on my body. I can add new logos however I want, how many I want. Yes, LGG. So that was for wait. That was for April. Wait, let me check. May the 7th, Juventus women are again champion of Italy, and I believe we have to Marcello is out the tricep flex. Guys, if you're speaking about muscle, I'm not the right person on the channel. I did like this. I don't even know where is triceps. I heard a new term in my life. What were we speaking about? Juventus women are against champions May the 7th. That's the birthday of my brother. Why am I mentioning it also here? It's because, guys, we start with a new team that never existed before, and since then we are always champion of Italy. It will stop one day, of course. But fantastic what we did with our Juventus women. On the 11th, Juve Inter 2-4, another one with Perisic show. I remember that game because the Perisic was on fire, and then Allegri that received a red card. It was in Coppa Italia. Another robbery. I tell you, last year we were robbed so many times versus Inter that I don't remember which one was true or not. I don't know which one was exactly the one. The 13th, Juventus and Adidas present their new 2022-2023 shirt. That's the one I showed you. That a lot of people, they were so pissed. Mamma mia. The answers were, again, Mamma mia, I never heard, this is not possible, what kind of shirt is this, Then they saw the shirt, on the footballers, and they said it's a really beautiful one. And then they were in love. They loved the shirt. They liked it. It was really beautiful. Of course, it's a 4 shirt, so it's special, made with a Brazilian artist that also did something, a murales for Pelé in Brazil, that was quite beautiful. Cobra is the name with a K. Kobra was the name. You can find it here. Cobra. Beautiful. And he did the murales for Pelé as well, so a big famous artist there. And then everyone, they wanted to buy it. Happy New Year, Mikey! Hey, last time was nice. I will not drink. Hey, don't make from me an alcoholic. I will not drink every day. Last time was an exception. But I remember something happened to one of your loved one. When? When, Punzara? I don't know. If you're speaking about my wife, it's already sometime. It's not new. It didn't happen in 2022. It already happened a bit earlier. But anyway, May the 14th, social boom. Juventus reached 10 million followers on TikTok. That was also nice because we are a brand and we have to grow. So the constant growth also on social media is absolutely not bad, even if you have a lot of people with a lot more. But for a football club, not bad. Not bad. May the 16th, Juve Lazio. Tears in the stadium for the last game in Bianconero for Giorgio Chiellini and Paolo Dybala. Giorgio Chiellini and Paolo Dybala. Giorgio Chiellini and Paolo Dybala. I was at the stadium. It was the first time of my son watching a game in the stadium. He was already there with an empty stadium to visit it, I believe one or twice, but this time for a real game. So for me, that Juve Lazio finished 2-2 with goals of Morata and Vlahovic, and then Milinkovic-Savic with the 2-2. I remember that game is a moment I will never forget, because if my father brought me for the first time in the Juve Stadium in 2011 when it was open, I was now as a father bringing my son to the stadium. So hopefully one day he will bring his son to the stadium as well. Beautiful moments, really beautiful. Also the goodbye to Bonucci, Chiellini, Dybala. Of course, I was more emotionally attached to Chiellini. I was a bit pissed off with Dybala, but when I saw him on the field, of course, I'm someone, I love everyone. So also him, I was emotionally feeling something for Paolino Dybala that was leaving Juventus. Strange feeling, strange weekend. Yeah, it's true, Punsara. My father, when he fell from the roof, He was nearly dead. He broke his two arms, and disaster. Luckily, he's feeling much better now. And yesterday, I was able to do New Year with him from old to new. So, guys, if you have beloved ones, don't forget to tell them how much you love them, because one day you're here, the other day you never know. So pay attention, because there was a big storm in Belgium that day, and he decided to go on the roof to change something, I don't know what, and he fell. Disaster. May the 16th we already spoke, then we go to June, so we are going faster because then they will be off. Tevez announced his retirement from football. Thank you, Tevez, for the 2 years at Juve. Massimo Brambrilla and Paolo Montero becomes the new coaches of under 23, that becomes the next gen a bit later, and under 19 on June the 28th. June the 30th, officially, a lot of players are leaving Juventus. Dybala, Morata, Bernardeschi, all of them big players that are leaving for free. End of contracts or end of loan. We go to July with a big month on the channel. It was quite nice because we were doing boom boom in a few days. The 8th of July with Di Maria, that became a player. The 11th, Paul Pogba. The 19th, Matthijs de Ligt, that is leaving Juve. Mamma mia, that was a shocking one, tell you the truth. Because if I knew that he would not stay all his life at Juve, I was not expecting him to leave like this. It was really abrupt. It was really boom, he left. It was crazy. Mercato is crazy. That was a fantastic moment, of course. That was fantastic. Mercato is crazy, guys. A lot of people they have it in their hand. The Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. I'm really proud about that. I don't know if we will have other Mercato is crazies in the future, because we will need to fix a bit of other things first before Mercato is crazy. No, there is not. No, guys. If I play Mercato is crazy in January, guys, that is starting, by the way, today. now on the 2nd of January. Officially, Italy Serie A can also sign players. If we start playing that, guys, and then we sign nobody, even if crazy can mean two different things, huh? Matthijs de Ligt leaving. One day later, Bremer joining Juve. Bremer is a fantastic one. Bremer is a fantastic one. Not only because we know what he brought to Juve and what he's bringing to Juve, but also because I followed like 3 months of Bremer to Inter on Gazzetta dello Sport, and they were saying that he was the best player of the world. Fantastic, this. And at the end, we take him out of nowhere. Inter in the mud. Fantastic signing. This one, Abab, was the hijack of the century. I believe that not a lot of people we are not speaking enough about that hijack. Fantastic. Beppe, I read an article today about Cristiano Ronaldo almost come to Sporting Kansas City in MLS instead of where he went. I don't know if it's Sporting Kansas City. I know it was between Sporting in Portugal and MLS. Mikey, I don't know what source you read. The one I was reading, multiple sources were saying Sporting in Portugal, the Sporting Lisbona, or MLS, without specifying a team. Maybe it's Sporting Kansas in MLS, but I'm not sure. I can't confirm that. I can't confirm. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Anyway, he didn't want to go to Al Nasser. He was waiting for a call of Real Madrid. He was waiting for other teams. They didn't. So anyway, do I miss the Ligt? No, today I don't miss the Ligt for one big reason. For one big reason is that the Ligt multiple times Allegri said, and a lot of people they were not listening to him, and maybe we have to credit Allegri a bit more. Because sometimes we are thinking Allegri is a clown, he knows nothing about football. But Allegri last year he said going with 3-man defense. He said I don't know because the Ligt is not ready today to play in a 3-man defense as a third on the right side. That's not his role. He's not able to do it today. In the future, who knows? But today, not. And he preferred Danilo there. The problem is that you can't put De Ligt on the bench because of the salary that you are paying him. It was the most paid player at Juventus. And also the value of the player. Because if you play with 3 men, sometimes, guys, you have to, sometimes people are not thinking about it. But, that not going to 3-man defense was because of De Ligt. And Allegri understood that he was not playing. Then, if you're watching at the World Cup, he played like 2 games. One full because of Netherlands already qualified or something like that, or I don't remember, and one portion of a game because they are playing with 3-man defense, the Netherlands. At Bayern is playing now a bit more because they are 4-man defense and he's playing on the left side. So you see, I'm not missing him because with De Ligt probably would never have gone to that 3-man defense. On the other side, Bremer is a right foot player. De Ligt is a right foot player that loves to play on the right side. If he has to be again adapted on the left, would be annoying. So I'm not missing him. I believe that 4-man defense, De Ligt and a left foot player would have been perfect. Then you don't even need Bremer because I really like De Ligt and I believe he's a really strong defender. I will not change my mind like that. But I believe that he believed also that he was the best defender of the world a bit too early, and I don't know, he wanted to go to Bayern. Let's see. I believe that he could have improved even more at Juve before leaving, but it is what it is. So no, I'm not missing him. On the other side, yes, it's annoying because I have a signed shirt for him. I have 2 shirts for him. A white one away from 1819 or 1920, and then I have the one of the last year he played with signatures and so on. So it's annoying me, and I was really believing, that young kid that you bring to Juve. It is what it is, guys. Do you think Di Maria will start for the second half of the season? let's wait that he comes back first. Let's first wait. He should be here today. So on the 2nd of January, he should come back. Not playing versus Cremonese. But I hope so. That's really, really what I hope. Because you know what? I don't know if he will remain one more year or if he will leave. Probably will leave. And I believe also, the fact that he's not there in Torino, it's not really appreciated also by Juve. We already spoke about that in the beginning of the live. It would be a pity that we had a Di Maria and that his best game probably was the one versus Maccabi Haifa, 3 assists, hat-trick of assist. That actually didn't count for anything because we were eliminated for the Champions League, and that we never saw Di Maria. That would be really a pity. So I would love that Di Maria, even if he leaves, but that we have like 6 top months of Di Maria. It's more likely that Mbappe signs for Juve, seeing his yearly salary. The other side, it's more likely for Mbappe to sign Juve. Yeah, it could be. Any news of McKennie being sold? Riccardo, ciao Riccardo. At the moment, no. There is some interest from Bournemouth. Bournemouth in England. It's a team that they have a bit of money now. They change ownership. They have the possibility to spend. Not like Arsenal, Chelsea, but they have, because UK teams, Premier League teams have the money to spend. They are interested. Juventus, if it's Premier League, they want a bit more money. The Premier League tax, and it makes sense because they don't care. They are ready to pay 120 million for Enzo Fernandez, Godi Gakpo, 50 million pounds. So it's even more. Could reach 60 million euro. But I don't know if McKennie would accept, because going from Juve to Bournemouth, that means, I know, if you go to Newcastle, that is not in the top team of Premier League, even if they are third at the moment, but not yet considered as stable. They're in the top 4, top 5 team of Premier League. You know that they will become, because they have so many money, so it would make sense. But Bournemouth has not the same ambition as Newcastle, so at the moment we have to wait a bit. But I know that if the offer arrives, Borussia Dortmund or Bournemouth or other team, and he accept, Juventus would not close the door at all in January. No, even they prefer to do it. Can we go to July? What is happening in July? On the 10th of August, Nicola Fagioli is renewing his contract with the promise that he will stay in the first team, even if that promise of the 10th of August has been put in doubt towards the end of the Mercato. At the end, he stayed, and luckily, otherwise I don't know how we would have beaten Lecce, that 1-0 with il gol alla Fagioli, alla Del Piero. On the 12th, Filip Kostic, and now we arrive to someone that said, Beppe, Kostic was also another hijack. Well, Kostic is doing fantastic. Filip Kostic, even if it's a player that some people told me, Beppe, who is stronger, Kostic or Perisic? My opinion is Perisic today. Today it's Perisic, for the reason that Perisic is able to go on his left foot, so going on the left side, a position that he didn't even want to play at Inter. When he was at Inter, he went on loan to Bayern. Why? Because he didn't want to play that role. That Bayern learned him a lot, teached him a lot, and he come back and he's doing fantastically well in that position, because he's a player that on the left side of the field he can go out and cross with the left, or he can come in and go with the right foot. So he's winning a time. He's ambidestro. He can play with both feet, which Kostic, that is a player that is never cutting in. He's never cutting inside. He's going to the out. But yeah, it's a beautiful, cheap, great transfer, we have to say. I'm happy with Kostic. Absolutely, yes. Grinta, speed, game in, game out as well. Fantastic. Then, Wait, let me finish the year, guys. Let me finish the years. Juventus under 23 becomes officially next gen, and Arkadiusz Milik on the same day joins Juventus on loan, 26th of August. The 31st of August, Leandro Paredes is officially a new Juve player. I know because I was in the stadium for Spezia. We won 2-0 with goals of Vlahovic and Milik. Milik that arrives on the 26th, he's playing on the 31st, and he scores that goal immediately. Another one that is scoring at his debut with a black color because we played in total black. I remember that Leandro Paredes, when he was presented there at halftime, I was right next to him, and outside of the stadium, I was able to speak to his wife and then to also fist greeting Paredes. I was hoping better. Probably it's because we had physical contact that Paredes since that day disappeared a bit from Juve, or at least we are waiting for him to appear. September going fast. Arthur Zakaria leaving, also big surprise there, out of nowhere in the middle of the night they left. September the 5th, Paul Pogba undergoes the external selective Mamma mia, he went to a surgery, finally, the 5th of September, while the injury was already in July. Disaster. Pogba situation, disaster. The 11th, 2-2 against Salernitana, it's a big date. Why? Because on that Salernitana, it's also the goal that was correct in VAR period that they cancelled. They admitted that there was a mistake, but they said nobody is responsible. That was the explanation that we received. There was indeed a mistake because the goal should have been approved, but nobody of us is responsible. We don't take responsibility of that because there were no images, while the entire world saw the images, but not Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio and AIA, the referees of Italy. Disaster. I will never forget that moment. Monza Juve 1-0 on the 18th. Also there, disasters end of September with the 2-2 versus Salernitana. Then we can speak about performance. We can speak about the 3 points not given, but also the performance was a disaster. Monza 1-0. September 23rd, we approved, the board of directors, the X one now, approved the budget that ended of June 2020. October the 3rd, Higuain announced retirement of football. The 6th of October, Juventus remembered Giampiero Ventrone, who passed away at age 62. 11th of October, my birthday. Guys, I always dreamed about having a game on my birthday, because normally in a normal year, it's international break, and I never saw Juventus playing on my birthday. That was a dream I had since I was a kid. Well, never again. Please, in my life, I never want to see Juventus playing on my birthday anymore. Ever. This was the worst day of my life because we lose 2-0 versus Maccabi Haifa in Champions League. What a disaster. With Agnelli going out saying, I feel ashamed and angry for what has happened. Well, not only him. I received the insult live for a lot of people. Mamma mia, people were angry. I was angry. There was nothing to say. I remember that for long parts of that live, I was speechless. Hey, Jim, lol, we lost. Hey, ciao Anthony, grande Anthony. Disaster. October 15th, Torino-Juve, we win 1-0. Vlahovic decided derby della Mole. October 17th, Lisa Boatin, Glazer Bremer, a lot of players, they won at the Gran Gala del Calcio, with again another disaster because it was in the same day, I believe, as the Ballon d'Or. If I'm not wrong, nobody knew about Gran Gala del Calcio, which is a big pity, yeah? What a disaster. Anyway, the 25th of October, Juventus exit the 22-23 Champions League. It was maybe translated a bit too much. Mamma mia, it hurts. And the 2022 hurts a lot. What a disaster year. 29th of October, Lecce Juve 0-1. We win with Fagioli that we just spoke about, that decided the game with the beauty, Il Gol del Piero. We are in the last month of football, November, before going to understand what happened in December. But on the 13th, Juve Lazio, the last game, officially now 3-0, with Allegri beating Sarri thanks to 2 goals of Moiskin and 1 by Arkadiusz Milik. leading to a 6th win in a row without conceding a goal. On the 15th of November, Massimiliano Allegri is the Serie A coach of the month. I remember that. November 28th, earthquake at Juventus. The full board of directors, including President Andrea Agnelli, resigns. December the 1st, letter by Alessandro Del Piero. It's time to become even more Juventini. That's an important message of Alessandro Del Piero. It's time to become even more Juventini. There is one tweet that I have pinned on my Twitter since August the 4th. I will remove it at a certain moment, but it's written here. I will show you. It's written in Italian and in English so that the people, they understand what I'm speaking about. And it's written: questo deve essere l'anno in cui voi dovete dimostrare di essere la Juventus. This should be the year in which you show to be Juventus. Words by John Elkann. Directed to everyone that was in Villar Perosa. They're speaking about Agnelli, that was next to him, but Massimiliano Allegri, the staff, but also the players, all the players. And I've tweeted it, I translated it, I posted it also on my Twitter, and it's pinned there because I believe it's also a message for the supporters. Unfortunately, I didn't see a lot of people becoming or showing Juventus. I saw a lot of people criticizing, which is correct, but only criticism, while there are a lot of things that we did well. But anyway, a lot of strange things where I'm not always agreeing with, or lacking of Juventinità. I saw a lot of tweets and videos with joke of a club and so on, which I totally doesn't agree. But I want to reverse now. That statement by John Elkann, who said this should be the year in which you show to be Juventus. Well, I want to reverse him also to John Elkann, because now he was already owner with 68% ex-or owner of Juventus, but now apparently more and more we are going towards him being more and more involved from distance. But Andrea is not there anymore. He's not there anymore, so that means that our friend John Elkann will have also to show Juventus. In words, he started quite well, because his words were, I repeat, we will have an extraordinary Juventus, or Juventus will fight to be again in high levels. So I'm expecting a lot also for him, telling you the truth. Mikey, that Monza game was low. But Abab, losing versus Milan. Okay, if you have a normal birthday, it happens. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Next year you will win, maybe versus another team on your birthday. My problem was that normally we never play. Normally we never play on the 11th October. I never watch Juventus playing on the 11th of October, because it's always standard international break. So one time you had on my birthday, and that was the disaster. Even if I'm sorry, Abab, that you lost. And lucky Ricky was born on the Derby d'Italia day, and we won. December the 8th for Ricky. Sometimes you have luck, sometimes bad luck. I had really bad luck. If we are speaking about the end of the month, the 15th of December, the European Justice Court is strongly in favor with UEFA against the Super League. 18th, Argentina with two new Juventini became world champions. The 26th of December, the new Juventus is born after after the new board of directors is named to 27th, and that's the last date. 2021-2022 budget has been approved during the shareholders meeting with a new net loss of 238 million euro. That was for Juventus, guys. Our year. Wow, what a year. 2022 was a big year. Inter losses that were disgusting. Salernitana goal not approved. De Ligt leaving. Vlahovic arriving. Chiesa injured immediately. Out of Champions League 2 times. Unfortunately, 2 times in a year. 2 times in a year, one versus Villarreal and 1 time in the group stages. What a year. Board of directors, Agnelli resigning on the 28th of November. What a year. What a year. Attenzione, Nirai. 2023, boom, boom. Haters will stay mad. Forza Juve, thank you for the donation. I repeat it, 3 years on the channel. 3 years on the channel. Today's 3 years. And I'm happy with that. Really happy. Thank you, Nirai. And that's what we are expecting. Boom, boom. Haters will stay mad. Forza Juve. Guys, can you tell me a bit now? You can tell me whatever you want. We started with the coming week, with Cremonese game. That's what we started with. We spoke about it, so I will not repeat everything I said already. Then we went to the year of Juventus in 2022. You can tell me what was your best memory, your worst memory of 2022. You can tell me your best player, worst player. You can tell me what you wish for Juve in 2023 or what you are expecting. But also for if you want to speak about the channel, what you miss on the channel. Look, like today I made that video of the gifts, and I started the channel with it was a total flop. Is it because of the day? Is it because you don't like the concept? Whatever. Let's go with 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes of free time, whatever, about wishes 2023 and retro 2022. Let's start with Riccardo. 10 months on the channel, massive months of games, especially Napoli. Well, the first answer I have about that, and continue to write because I will read them. Rick, it depends a lot. If you lose points, and even a draw will already be a loss, according to me, versus Cremonese and Udinese, forget about the game of Napoli, because it makes totally no sense. So we have 10 points. Then the game of Napoli becomes unnecessary if you are not able to have 6 points. With whatever player you play versus Cremonese, I don't care. And Udinese, guys, would be a disaster. Thank you for 10 months on the channel, Riccardo Ausi 77, my friend from Australia. Then we have best moment of Juve from my opinion. But which one? Best moment of Juve from my opinion. My opinion is a question. My opinion, best moment of Juve. Well, if I speak about emotions, I believe that the start of July was really beautiful, emotions-wise, because you have, in 3 days, you have Pogba and Di Maria that are arriving. Pogba, Di Maria arriving, at that moment, looks like mamma mia, Pogba, I think, then Bremer. These were really beautiful days. De Ligt leaving, yes, but Bremer comes immediately hijacking for me. That was really, really beautiful. The feelings of that month of July, I remember it was super hot. And we were every day on the channel doing Here We Fly, do you remember? With Mercato is Crazy. The July month was really nice. That was fantastic. And then it didn't happen as we wanted, but that was really beautiful. In terms of emotions, then if you're speaking about the field, the last win versus Inter was nice. Was really nice. The goal of Fagioli, but we spoke about a lot of them. So I have difficulties to choose. Do you think Zakaria will come back? I like him. Well, guys, I already showed it 3 times. The shirt of Zakaria, so it's a player that I really like. Looks like finally he's receiving some minutes at Chelsea. With Potter that is starting to know him. I think he was quite harsh in not playing him for so long. Now he is. They were writing about it 2 days ago today they were writing about it in Tuttosport Online, and they were speaking about the chances, because he can bring you quite some money, 28. I like the guy. I would be happy if he comes back, but the thing is if Allegri is not believing in him, give up immediately. Then if he comes, let's hope he's doing the best. But if the coach is not believing 100% in him. I believe that the coach was thinking about him in a double pivot, and then he saw that he was not playing well there or whatever, and he gave up too easily. That's I believe also Allegri giving up too easily on him was strange, was really strange. If Juve would play well and not disappoint me as a fan, I wish Juve would not play well. Wait, I repeat, I can't read. I wish Juve would play well and not disappoint me as a fan. Well, it depends the expectations that you have about playing well. What is playing well, Sasha? What is playing well? If you want the tiki-taka of Barcelona, your expectations are wrong towards Juventus. If you want the Manchester City football of Pep Guardiola, your expectations are wrong according to the Juventus that we have today. And I believe a lot of things are a lot of time because of our expectations. That doesn't mean that you have lower expectation, that you have to lower your expectation. Just, the idea sometimes of what we want and then doesn't happen on the field and we are not happy. But look, I want the Juve that made me fall in love with football as a whole. The 17-18 Juve, so the year before Cristiano Ronaldo arrives. Well, it was a really nice, beautiful Juve with a really nice, beautiful shirt as well of football. Dybala was on fire. We had Pipita Higuain. I remember Juventus did really, really well. It's true. It was a really beautiful year for Juve. With Allegri as well. The team changed a lot, and the team went through a lot of difficulties because of own mistakes. And you can add COVID, but mainly because of own mistakes. And we are in a spiral where we have to clean up the mess that we are already trying to do with Arrivabene and Cherubini that arrived to clean up the mess. The team is not complete. We know it. We made some big mistakes, and we are paying the consequences for it. So it will take some time to readdress them, especially if you know that we are in a deficit of 238 million in our books. We still have money as a club, so we will not go bankrupt. But then Allegri, we know it. If you want beautiful 17-18 football of Allegri, that means that you have again a team that is made of men that he wants and that he believes in, that are mature with some experience of football, that knows Serie A as well, that knows the language, and so on and so on and so on, which we don't have at the moment. That we will be back to play decent football, because it's true, the last year and a half, even with Pirlo, the football that we saw was absolutely not enjoyable, let's say the truth, except of some flashes or some minutes in a game or some flashes here and there with some games. It's true that we are not a team that is making it easy for new generation to say, Mamma mia, spectacular. You can work on spectacularity from the moment that you win, and you have to add up. But in a moment like now, without board of directors, with some problems with Mercato, with this, the priority is to come back and to do the basics, which means winning. Nirai, Villarreal loss hurts. Champions League pain is too much now. Thank you for the donation, Nirai. Really appreciate it. You know it. And the Villarreal lost hurts. Not that we were able to win the Champions League last year. I don't believe that. There were too many injuries, and the team was even behind because we didn't even at that time started picking the under 23 players, except of Ake. Then towards the end of the season, Sule, Miret, but it was really at the end. But at that time, not yet. So there was not even for the main supporters that are watching for the first team. there was not even the bright future to see, which today a lot of people, they discovered a lot of next gen under 19 players, Dean Huijsen and so on and so on, Nonge and Bangula, Riccio, and so on and so on. And they said, Mamma mia, we have a bright future. So I'm a Juve fan. I know that if we are in a difficult moment, in one season, in 2 seasons, we have a lot of young players that can bring something to the team. Well, Villarreal at the time, no. So it was really a dark moment. A real dark moment. I remember. Would you like Dybala to come back? No. Beppe, remember the video I sent you of when Bremer signed? That was a fantastic one. Really beautiful. Mike, I really enjoyed all the hero replies. That was fun. Biggest disappointment of 2022 is Pogba not playing. I agree with Ricardo. Not that I blame Pogba because he's not playing and because he's injured, because guys, it can happen to everyone, huh? Bad luck. No, what I'm pissed off is the fact that he's not playing. As easy as that. He's not playing. And this is annoying me. Also because he took bad decisions. Not the injury in himself, but not going immediately in surgery like Juve told. And I believe also Allegri is pissed off with Pogba because of that, as I am. But, guys, what do you want? Shit happens. But I agree. Not seeing Pogba playing in 2022 for Juve was really annoying. Really. Buon anno! Happy New Year for Locatelli. Best 2022 is that our youngster were forced to enter the first team. Wish for 23 is that we continue to focus on the youngster more than earlier. You have to find a balance like in everything, Yash. You have to find a balance. Because otherwise, it's easy. Yeah. Look, Ealing Jr., the last 2 games, it's already another Ealing Jr. because he played twice 45 minutes. It comes from an injury. But it's already a different Ealing Jr. than the one that enters at 20 minutes from the game and finished. So, we have to find a balance like in everything. You can't have now suddenly 15 players from under 23 and under 19. But I agree that the project Next Gen has always been the plan to have them now in our team. We were forced at a certain moment. We activated it faster than it was planned, and that's it's working. So we have to. I agree. Best moment of 2020. Our youngster players want to believe that someone like Miretti, Barbieri, Ake, Fagioli, Sule will be our future. Again, the same answer I said to Yash. Playing for the shirt and not the salary. But even in the past, they were playing also for the salary and also for the shirt. The difference is that at the time we were winning, and who cared? If you lose, if 17, 18 you lose, you will probably be pissed off as well. Football is a business. Now, it's already since long time a business, but more and more. What are my expectations for Pogba when he will return? Guys, I'm not the doctor, so I'm not, unfortunately, I don't have a crystal ball. I would love to tell you, but he will be back versus Cremonese, and then he's not coming back, and Cremonese, we know it will not be there. Udinese neither. Napoli, some people, they continue to insist that he will be on the bench. I don't know. I hope. Remember Chiesa. At a certain moment, nobody was expecting. Allegri, 2 days before, he says we will not see Chiesa and Pogba until 2023. 2 days later, Chiesa is called up for Paris Saint-Germain. Pogba not, because Pogba is still not feeling well. So I have no idea. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. The good thing is he's not feeling pain anymore in the knee. Calma. Now he will start forcing a bit more and more every day, and let's see if we will keep that trend. Hopefully we can have him versus Napoli on the bench. If not, Monza. At a certain moment he needs to come back, guys. He needs to come back at a certain moment. I hope so. I really hope to see him really soon because we need him. Petrol money destroyed football. Yes and no, because it's easy today to say petrol money. But at the time, Silvio Berlusconi in the 80s was doing exactly the same with Milan. Massimo Moratti was doing exactly the same with Inter. Real Madrid with Le Galacticos in 2000 was doing exactly the same. So, I criticize a lot of time the state where we are in, and that for me, Super League would have been a really great project. This or something else, whatever, because I don't believe that the direction we are going today is something that we will be happy about, because I'm speaking about Juve on the channel, because this is my favorite club, and because I know that in the future, my beloved club, if we continue like that, will be even more, a club that is creating talents a la De Ligt and putting them away. But De Ligt, we bought him from Ajax, and we were the middle team. So Ajax, the small team, Ajax is a big team historically, but it's a small league. So we take him with a lot of money and the middle team, because then we are selling him to Bayern. But in 5 years, 6 years, 8 years at max, I don't want to become the new Ajax. Historic, beautiful team that won the Champions League already. That sometimes out of nowhere is doing beautiful season in Champions League, and that is creating a Miretti to sell him for 100 million to the Premier League. So this is my big fear. Premier League is too strong, and I'm not blaming Premier League because they did their job. What I'm blaming is probably Italy, that didn't do well the things how they had to do it, and I'm really sad about it. And I'm also blaming, and that's the second thing, and maybe even really important, is that the fact that if you have new ideas, if you want to fight for an equal football will never be equal, but more equal between leagues and distribution of money and so on and so on. Well, you are blocked by every side, and then you have really strange things that are happening, and you are feeling corruption, you are feeling blocks, and so on at the high stage. Really strange. No, I don't agree with we need new owners and oil money, because Juventus Exor has more money than some oil money, whatever you call them. I don't know how we call them. Juventus has the money. It's not that. It's just that it's Exor that is owning. Exor has a lot of money, guys. You can't imagine. But it's different because it's another mentality. It's not like a hobby here. 1 billion and do whatever you want as a hobby. Also because there are political interest. That's the big difference. What people sometimes underestimate is a lot of political interest. How they have put Qatar on the map with Paris Saint-Germain and so on to arrive at that World Cup of 2022. Anyway, that's a political debate that I don't want to start on the 2nd of January, guys. It's a long discussion. We did it yesterday, yeah? We did it yesterday, Locatelli. We did it, no, 2 days ago. We did it 2 days ago, and the page was 146. 146. 146 was the page, and it was a great quote, fantastic again. I believe it was Jim, if I'm not wrong. And then it was said, when you are thrown to the wolves, come back leading the pack. When you are thrown to the wolves, come back leading the pack. So, what does that mean? Well, we were really thrown to the wolves in 2022, guys. And we come back. We have to come back now. Now it depends on you. Come back, lead the pack. I love that quote. So I don't want to change it. That's it, guys. That's it. 70 likes. And we are not a lot of people. Today is the first. I would love to make a commitment with you guys. All the people that are watching are obliged to put a like. That would be a nice gift for the channel 2023. What I want to do for the channel 2023 is even having more presence on the channel, inviting more people, switching also, giving some watch-alongs if possible, because I saw that a lot of people loved it, especially because I took courses. I also had a kind of diploma of commentary. I would love to do the next step on the channel, but especially coming back with more views than we had, because it's true that if we are looking at sometimes some videos, the views are not yet where they have to be. We are so many Juventini, so that means a lot are not watching. But a lot of things in 2023. 40. Then we go for 42,000, 41,800, so that we fill in the Allianz team. But that's really a big. 40 is a big. Something big needs to happen on the channel to have 40,000. Depends also on the results of Juve. If I would have done a Premier League team for right, maybe it would have been there. Maybe it would have been there already. Could be. So 3 years of videos. How much I did nearly 1,600 videos. That's a lot. That's a lot. If you're looking at that's 1.7 videos a day. If we win the Scudetto, guys, that would be beautiful, huh? But I'm reading also a lot of people online. It's quite annoying sometimes, huh? The media putting a really bad name on you. I really hope that this can stop the putting dirt on the name of Juve. I would love two things for Juventus. Okay, let's put two things for Juve, one thing for the channel. I would love health for Juve, like Marcello was saying earlier. I would love health for Juve. Having a normal situation of injuries, because you always have in football. That's part of the game. So normal situation of injury, health. That's what I wish for Juve in 2023. And the second one is Juve that is a bit more vocal about people that are unnecessary hating. No, it will never stop. But attenzione, because if you have some people, some journalists that are saying fake news and so on, if Juventus would at a certain moment take them to court with a process, one time, two times, the third time they are thinking about it, because you have also defamation, which is not legal, and you can be you can go to court for these kind of things. So attenzione. That's for Juve. For my channel, I would really love that on some videos we have more views. When I see sometimes, it makes me sometimes not angry, because I'm always happy for the success of other people. But when I see some channels, guys, not in the Juve world, or sometimes Juve Italian speaking, some Italian speaking Juve channel, but more in general around the football world, when I see the small efforts that are putting in thumbnails, in the analysis of football, in reporting the news, the big clickbait titles, or screaming or doing, and they have so many views. Sometimes I'm asking myself, Mamma mia, why am I doing all this? I should go just with a don't deal, with a shadow every player, and we go. Sometimes, I would love, would be nice, to have like boom, awarded for the world. That's what I would love to. That's it. that's what I wish for the channel. Beppe, my good friend, works for Ajax Cape Town in South Africa, which is the sister club of Ajax. Fantastic. That's beautiful. Fantastic. Beppe, don't think like that. Your big time will come. Trust the process. No. I'm thinking positively. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing fine. I'm happy. Yeah, it's just sometimes a wish that I have for 2023, but wishing alone makes no sense, huh, guys? You have to wish and you have to work for it. And I believe in meritocracy at a certain moment. People that they work, they are awarded for it. So that will be my 2023. Ab, grazie. Jim, Jonathan Murray, Locatelli, Riccardo from Australia, Mikey Mazzarese, Cody Gakpo, that was there since the beginning together with Michael Arteta, Jim, Punsara, Mahmoud, Sasha, and all the other people, Evgene Suzzo, Yash Juve, Anthony Trimboli, Nirai, always Nirai, grande Nirai from UK, Mikey Mazzarese, Christian V, Marcello, all the people that probably already left. Also, thank you to all of you for that 1st of January, 2nd of January switch over, and you were the first one with me that celebrated 3 years, and now we will have to go for a fantastic year. Buonanotte a tutti, grazie, forza, and let it be a bomba year, a fantastic, spectacular, boom 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 year. Ciao ragazzi.